He has scored 4 points. He is shooting 1 of 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point range. How are you doing him favors? We know that he's not ready yet.
November 15th, 2025. Milwaukee. The Los Angeles Lakers start Bronny James in a game that actually matters. 10 minutes later, he walks off the court with 0 points, 0 buckets, and a box score that screams one thing: this kid is not ready.
I think he should be in the G League. He's not ready to play in the NBA right now.
Meanwhile, across the basketball landscape, Kiyan Anthony is putting up 40-point performances at Peach Jam, walking into Syracuse with his father's legacy on his shoulders and actually earning every bit of hype that comes his way.
As he's skilled, smooth scorer, high-volume shot taker and maker, plays with an aggressive scoring mentality and is constantly hunting buckets. He's had the ultimate green light, particularly in the EYBL, so he has a tendency to settle for tough shots at times, but there are a few players in high school basketball better equipped to make shots with such high degrees of difficulties. He's got pull-ups, step-backs, floaters, deep threes, all with a natural soft touch and instinctive feel for putting the ball in the basket. His footwork and jab series are as advanced as you'd expect, and he's also become very adept at coming off of ball screens.
So let's cut through the noise and ask the question nobody wants to say out loud. Is Bronny James even more overrated than Kiyan Anthony? And more importantly, is this disaster LeBron's fault? Stephen A. Smith thinks so. And after November 15th, it's getting harder to argue with him. Let's start with the facts. With LeBron James, Marcus Smart, and Rui Hachimura all sidelined, JJ Redick made the decision to start Bronny James against the Milwaukee Bucks. This was his second career start and his first of the season that actually meant something. The result? A complete disaster. Bronny played 10 minutes, less than 3 bench players. He went 0 for 2 from the field, both attempts coming from beyond the arc. He finished with 1 rebound, 1 assist, 1 steal, and a -6 rating in a game the Lakers won 119-95. JJ Redick saw it immediately. After the game, it was clear that the Bucks' defense sagged off Bronny, completely ignoring him on the perimeter. His presence didn't just fail to help, it actively hurt the Lakers' spacing and offensive fluidity. And this wasn't an isolated incident. Coming into that game, Bronny was averaging 2.3 points and 1.9 assists in 12.1 minutes per game. He was shooting 29.2% from the field and 25% from three-point range. Those are not NBA caliber numbers. Those are barely G League numbers. And yet, there he was, in an NBA starting lineup, wearing a Lakers jersey with James on the back. Stephen A. Smith has been unrelenting in his criticism, and it all came to a head when LeBron confronted him courtside during a Lakers-Knicks game on March 6, 2025. The incident went viral. LeBron, visibly upset, approached Stephen A. during a timeout and got in his face. According to Smith, LeBron told him to stop effing with my son. But Stephen A. fired back the next day on First Take, making it crystal clear. I wasn't talking about Bronny, I was talking about him. Smith's argument is simple and devastating. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this. We all know that Bronny James is in the NBA because of his dad.
He laid out the timeline. Bronny averaged just 4.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 2.1 assists at USC. He suffered a cardiac arrest in 2023 before his lone college season. His college stats didn't scream NBA ready, and yet the Lakers drafted him with the 55th pick in 2024. Why? Because LeBron publicly stated he wanted to play with his son. LeBron made it a storyline, a narrative, a manufactured moment for television, and Smith wasn't having it. On his podcast, he went nuclear. I just want to say for the record, LeBron James is full of it, and in this particular instance, as it pertains to his son, he is a liar.
We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong. As you hone your skills and you get better, and you legitimately earn, which I believe he has the potential to do. I am rooting for Bronny James. It would be cruel to root against him. He's a wonderful kid. I wish him nothing but the best. But he's LeBron James' son. And everybody knows what attention that brings.
The kicker? Smith felt set up by the confrontation. There's no way that you're in an arena, you're LeBron James, and the only angle that somebody sees is a straight-up shot of you getting in my face. That's an accident? Damn right I felt set up. And when asked if he and LeBron have made up, I don't like his Smith said flatly. The relationship is done. And Stephen A's point remains. LeBron turned Bronny's NBA path into a storyline he engineered, not something the league discovered organically. Now let's talk about the other side of this story. Carmelo Anthony and his son Kiyan. Carmelo Anthony walked into Syracuse as a freshman in 2002 to 2003 and immediately became a legend. He averaged 22.2 points and 10.0 rebounds per game, 16th in the NCAA in scoring, 4th in the Big East, and 1st among all NCAA Division I freshmen in rebounding. But the numbers only tell part of the story. Melo led Syracuse to a 35 record and the school's first and only national championship. In the Final Four against Texas, he dropped 33 points on 12 of 19, shooting with 14 rebounds and 3 steals. That 33-point performance set an NCAA tournament record for most points by a freshman. In the championship game against Kansas, Anthony had 20 points and 10 rebounds. Syracuse won 81-78, and Melo was named the NCAA tournament's most outstanding player.
Anthony pull-up jumper. Did not many way outside. Anthony, yes sir. The 2-3 zone. Anthony, he loves it from that spot. Advantage of that. Oh, what a hit fake. Anthony in and one.
Jim Boeheim, who coached Syracuse for 27 years before that title, described Anthony as by far the best player in college basketball. And then Melo left for the NBA after one season, going 3rd overall in the 2003 draft. His NBA career? 28,289 points, 10th all-time, 10 All-Star selections, 6 All-NBA team honors, named to the NBA's 75th anniversary team, 3 Olympic gold medals, 2008, 2012, 2016, and 1 bronze, 2004, making him the most decorated male basketball Olympian in USA history. The only thing missing? An NBA championship. Some critics point to that as the blemish on his legacy. But Melo's resume speaks for itself. College champion, Olympic legend, and one of the greatest scorers the game has ever seen. And in 2007, Melo donated $3 million to Syracuse to build a new basketball practice facility. Today, it's called the Carmelo K. Anthony Basketball Center. His number 15 jersey hangs in the rafters. His name is literally on the building. Kiyan Anthony is not riding coattails. He's building his own legacy, one bucket at a time.
Hello, it's a lot of pressure, bro. It's a lot of pressure. And as a father, you can tell your children how much and what they're going to be faced up against, but sooner or later, you got to.
On the Nike EYBL circuit, Kiyan averaged 19.6 points and 4.6 rebounds per game for Team Melo in the spring. He went for 25 or more points in 4 of 15 games against elite AAU competition. But it was at the Nike Peach Jam where Kiyan truly announced himself. Over 8 games, he averaged 21.8 points per game while shooting 37.3% from three-point range. And then came the explosion. 40 points against the Mac Irvin Fire, going 15 of 19 from the field and 5 of 6 from deep. 40 points. Elite efficiency against some of the best AAU talent in the country. Scouting reports describe him as a smooth, skilled scorer with step-backs, pull-ups, floaters, and deep threes. Not just Carmelo's son, a real bucket on his own. At the NBPA Top 100 camp in Orlando, Kiyan led all campers in scoring with 28.5 points per game over 8 games. In one performance, he dropped 42 points on 15 of 28 shooting, including 4 of 9 from 3. This isn't manufactured hype. This is a 6'5" shooting guard ranked number 36 in the ESPN 100, putting in the work, dominating camps, and proving he belongs. And when he committed to Syracuse on November 15th, 2024, on his father's 7 p.m. in Brooklyn show, it felt right.
Between USC and Syracuse, I just want to thank both of the coaching staffs for recruiting me and going on a visit to Syracuse and USC. which are
Both were.
yeah, which are opposite sides of the country. One being in California, one being up here in New York. So just want to thank both of them for coming to all my practices, coming to all my games, and yeah. But at the end of the day, only one could stay. And with that being said, I'll be coming to Syracuse University.
Woo! Juice! You know what I'm saying? Yo, wow, listen. Mom and dad, man, listen. Hold on, niggas got hats in on.
That's my hat. Oh,
yo.
Chill,
Okay.
I don't know if I can fit this.
Let's go. Draft. Orange. Come on, he's coming. Let me get on. Let me get on. Juice.
My fault.
I've been stressing for a minute. Yeah, I've been stressing. Yeah. All right, now we can get to working.
That's the difference. Kiyan isn't trying to be Carmelo. He's trying to be Kiyan, and he's earning every opportunity through his game, not through his last name. Let's be honest about what we're watching. Bronny James is in an NBA jersey with 0-point starts and microscopic box scores. His entire resume is tied to his last name, not his numbers. His path to the NBA wasn't paved by his performance. It was manufactured by his father. LeBron publicly stated he wanted to play with his son. He made it happen. And Stephen A. Smith is right. That turned Bronny's NBA path into a storyline LeBron engineered, not something the league discovered. Now, every bad night, every 0-point game doesn't just reflect on Bronny. It comes back on LeBron. Because LeBron created this expectation instead of letting Bronny's game speak first. Compare that to Carmelo and Kiyan. Melo stayed quiet. He let Kiyan grind. Let him dominate AAU circuits. Let his stats and highlights do the talking. Stephen A. flat out said this was the one time LeBron should have been Melo instead of being LeBron. And the results speak for themselves. Kiyan is walking into Syracuse with real accomplishments on his resume. He's not there because his dad willed it into existence. He's there because he earned it. The debate around both players is fierce. For Bronny, the criticism is relentless. One Lakers fan tweeted, "As a Laker fan, dude is garbage and wasting a roster spot." Another said, "That is why he belongs in the G League." Even his G League numbers, 18.6 points, 4.8 assists, 4.6 rebounds per game over 18 games, aren't lighting the world on fire. And when he does get NBA minutes, he looks hesitant, overmatched, and unwilling to shoot. The defenders argue that Bronny needs time, that he's recovering from a cardiac arrest, that the pressure of playing with his father is unprecedented. But the problem is simple. He's not performing at an NBA level, and his presence on the roster is taking away opportunities from players who could actually contribute. For Kiyan, the critics say he's only getting attention because of his father's name, that he's overhyped, that Syracuse isn't the program it used to be, that following in Melo's footsteps is an impossible burden. But the defenders have receipts. Carter Elliott, a college hoops analyst on Bleacher Report, said, "Kiyan, obviously being of the Carmelo Anthony family tree, has scoring in his blood, but he has improved greatly." Elliott pointed to Kiyan's improved body, his expanded role at Long Island Lutheran, and his dominance on the AAU circuit. He just has that natural ability to score the basketball, and Syracuse is going to be a fun team to watch this year. The difference? Kiyan's defenders can point to actual stats, actual performances, actual dominance. Bronny's defenders can only point to potential and patience. So is Bronny James even more overrated than Kiyan Anthony? Here's the truth. Kiyan Anthony isn't overrated at all. He's appropriately rated based on his elite AAU performances, his high school stats, and his work ethic. He's a top 40 recruit who earned his ranking through production, not nepotism. Bronny James, on the other hand, is the definition of overrated. He's in the NBA not because he earned it, but because his father is LeBron James. His stats don't justify his roster spot. His performances don't justify his playing time. And his presence in starting lineups is borderline insulting to players who actually deserve those opportunities. LeBron wanted to create a father-son moment on an NBA court. Mission accomplished. But at what cost? Bronny is now under a microscope he wasn't ready for, facing criticism he can't escape, and living in a pressure cooker that his game simply can't support. Melo did it differently. He let Kiyan grow, develop, and dominate before the world was watching. And now, as Kiyan walks into Syracuse, he's carrying real accomplishments, not manufactured moments. The Lakers humiliated Bronny by starting him in a game that mattered only for him to score 0 points. And the worst part? Everyone saw it coming. Here's the bottom line. Bronny James is in the NBA because of LeBron James. Period. His 0-point start against the Bucks proved what everyone already knew. He's not ready, and this opportunity was given, not earned. Kiyan Anthony is heading to Syracuse because he dominated AAU circuits, averaged 21.8 points at Peach Jam, and proved he's more than just his father's son. His opportunity was earned, not manufactured. Stephen A. Smith was right to call out LeBron. This backlash isn't on Bronny. It's on the father who put him in this position before he was ready. And as Kiyan steps onto the court at the Carmelo K. Anthony Basketball Center, he'll be doing something Bronny never got the chance to do: prove himself on his own terms. Is Bronny James more overrated than Kiyan Anthony? Absolutely. But more than that, Bronny's story is a cautionary tale about what happens when power and privilege replace merit and readiness. What do you think? Is LeBron wrong for pushing Bronny into the NBA? Will Kiyan Anthony live up to the hype at Syracuse? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, smash that like button if you're tired of manufactured storylines, and subscribe for more brutally honest basketball breakdowns.